You know the message, it's always the same. It's habits, everything is habits. If you're somewhere that you don't want to be, how in the fuck do you think you got there? Negative habits over a long period of time. That's what's gotten you here, right? So now you have some work you got to go backwards for. I always explain to the people I fuck with, right? Like, stopping point and then a starting point. The reason most of you fuck up is you're like, oh, I'm gonna get all this together, but you forget that you've built up bad habits. That's why you're in a place you don't want to be. You can't just think that you're gonna fucking jump straight on the good habit train. You're at a stopping point. That means you need to go through a period of subtraction, not addition. Now I'll explain how you fucking do replacement theory in a second, but I want to fucking focus on that for a second. You have negative self-talk. You have negative fucking habits with your body, what you consume, consumption of vices, consumption of drugs and alcohol, consumption of fucking terrible food, not eating the things that you need to when you do, not sleeping properly, no relaxation decompression techniques, no introspection, no reflection. So you're doing bad habits. You need to go through a period of subtraction first, and then you need to go through additive replacement, right? So I want to explain something to you. Even though bad habits are bad, when you get rid of something that you've been leaning on, there's a fucking vacant space. It's why a lot of you guys, when you go to get fucking sober or quit something, you're like, yeah, but I feel worse than I did before. I feel like this empty hole, like this void. Yeah, dumbass. You used to fill that void with something that created distraction from your fucking reality that you don't like. That's how you've gotten here. But regardless of the fucking behavior, the bad habit being negative, it was taking up a space in your life. It was filling a hole. Because we have to fill holes in our lives. And I don't mean that in a weird sexual way. But think about that for a second, right? You're looking for fulfillment. And how you've been getting it is by distraction, one high to the next, vice to the next vice. Then over a long period of time, you end up fucking miserable because you're not where you're supposed to be. You're not where you want to be. And you're not doing the positive things that you should have been doing instead of the negatives. But again, now they're habits. So if you've been drinking for 10, 12 years and that's how you've been getting your little fucking blip of joy, it's like, I just can't wait to get home and drink a fucking beer. When you quit, there's going to be a void. That's when you start slowly one-to-one adding in these habits that I'm talking about. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. That's why I'm always saying start slow. That's subtractive. And to get rid of, like, pick a thing. Like, okay, cool, I'm going to get rid of alcohol. I'm going to get rid of alcohol. I'm going to start there. What you need to replace that with is exercise, honestly. Just some sort of physical fitness. It gives you a similar dopamine high, right? So if you're at a stopping point, just understand there's going to be a hole and you need to slowly start doing it. Starting points, addition, into the hole when you do subtraction. That's going to give you a similar, equal, opposite habit. You get rid of a bad habit and replacing it with a good one. That's going to do two things. It's going to start to fill that void, right? So you don't get this fucking weird listless, like, well, I don't even know what to do now. It's going to fill it with positive dopamine daily. That's renewable, that you keep doing. It also does something else. Good habits have this amazing thing. They have this amazing thing. Once they take and you want to do the good habits, all these bad habits, if you were to regress and go backwards, they also get in the fucking way of the good habit. You start getting into this thing of exercise. The last thing you want to think about is getting all fucked up and having a hangover the next day. Because you wouldn't even be able to do it. You wouldn't even be able to do the other thing that you want to do. So you've replaced that to a one-to-one. That's how you fill that hole in that void. Slowly. Then you can start going, you know what? I've been eating shitty. I'm going to replace this weird fucking high I've been getting off food with mindful eating. I'll replace that. This good fuel is going to help me exercise. So everything piggybacks off of itself. But just understand, when you're at a stopping point, you have to quit all these habits. You can't just overwhelm yourself and think you're going to not do that part of stopping and just start all this shit. It's not going to work. It'll never fucking work for you, I promise. And once you start that subtraction process, make sure that you're kind of starting to slowly integrate a good habit to replace that bad one at a one-to-one, something that's even for you. Oh, this is positive in the right direction. Drinking is very physical. It's mental too, but it gives you a fucking high. It gives you a physical high. Exercise does that same thing. Gives you a physical and mental high. Replacement. Oh man, I used to go out and do the party lifestyle and I'm not even having that much fun anymore. You don't need fucking fun, you need peace. That's why when I started to get that feeling of like, ooh, I'm not sure how to be now. I used to fucking use alcohol to be comfortable. That's when I started the habit of meditation. Ooh, if I can get into this sitting in stillness, this fact that I don't have to be anything, don't have to do anything, I don't have to be anywhere. I'm perfect just sitting and following my breath and being mindful. That was a one-to-one replacement for me. Started to take over that feeling, that need for like, oh man, like I just like need more stimulus. Like, why don't I feel that good? Start getting equanimity. Stopping point, starting point, replacement. Throw in a good habit that's going to fucking take the space of the thing that you are getting your weird fucking distraction high off of. Then you just do that on repeat. It's as simple as that. Hit me up if you need fucking help. If you want to walk through some of those steps, like, oh, I'm not sure where I should start. I'm not sure what I should do first. I'm not sure how it looks. How come I keep quitting? Fucking hit me up. I'll give you all them answers. I'll talk you through that shit. It's not as complicated as you're making it. So keep fucking grinding. I love every one of you. I love all the people I meet. It's a weird fucking thing about me. I will be here forever. I will not fucking quit. It's what's written on my chalkboard right in front of me, actually, is I will never quit. So hit me up. I appreciate y'all. Keep killing it.